Hello, this is Shelley Armato, founder and CEO of MySmartPlans. I drug another victim in. This is Darrel Meyer. Okay, so I have to tell funny because he's nervous. Are you nervous?
No, not really.
Well, all my people that come in here seem like they're nervous at first, and it's like easy greasy, so no big deal. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for using MySmartPlans. Of course, how many times did I knock on your door?
A lot.
You were one of my first clients, right? At Metropolitan Community College.
Right.
Yeah, and it was the Health Sciences Project, right?
Well, we did a couple smaller maintenance projects.
You were testing us?
Yeah, like asphalt, concrete.
Oh, yes. That was when you were in a smaller building somewhere. Did you move to another? I don't know. Anyway. So anyway, now you have a new position. So tell us what your title is and what you do.
I'm the Chief Operating Officer for the Kansas City Public Schools.
That's a COO.
Yeah.
So you oversee all construction.
Construction, maintenance, grounds, custodial, operations, transportation, child nutrition.
Wow.
Lots of things.
That's a huge job.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I know we're doing all your work now, and I wanted you to give us feedback and only say good things. I'm kidding. No, you can say, we just want you to be honest, authentic. What do you like about MySmartPlans? What can we do better? Do you have a success story other than, of course, meeting me? I'm kidding. He's like, oh, you can cut that out. Anyway, what works for you? What has been your challenge? And how have you created the leadership that you've created within your organization to help support the product?
That's a long question there.
Do you want me to start with number one?
No, I mean,
Okay.
I would say in the beginning what attracted me to MySmartPlans was the fact that at the end of a project I would get closeout documents, which we would insist on, but it would involve several boxes of files, rolled up drawings,
Yeah.
things like that. So consequently, it was those things usually get stuck in the corner somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So the thought of having all my closeout documents in a digital form on one CD that I could easily access, that I could get to my people in the field was attractive.
Okay, question. So help me understand. Without MySmartPlans, I know sometimes they'll give you electronic closeouts. What's the difference between just an electronic closeout on a disc and what do you see the difference as?
Well, in the past, what I would get on a disc would just be like a photocopy of the drawings, the final drawings that were done for the project. I usually wouldn't get the drawing, the specifications, and I usually wouldn't get the shop drawings.
So here's another question. So you being the owner in all the positions, was there a penalty for not giving you the closeout documents, or was it just kind of like, okay, no big deal, I'm not going to go through all those things until I need them, and then you find out after the fact that you don't have them?
Well, we never enforced a penalty because I would always get the closeout documents. They just weren't in the form that I
You could use them.
them.
What about, what do you see as our cost? Because we had a client the other day that he said, oh my gosh, you're going to be taking the money that we're getting in the contract. I totally saw it as efficiencies. I mean, aren't we bringing efficiencies to the project and time, and am I making that up?
No, I mean, in the very beginning, the other thing that attracted me was the fact that we were trying to go paperless, and we would actually buy all these sets of drawings for the contractors. The contractors would pick up a set of drawings.
Yeah.
So now, since it's electronic, the contractor can either use MySmartPlans, the electronic version, or they can purchase it on their own. So we not only saved ourselves money, but we saved a lot of paper.
Well, also, what I thought was amazing was that whenever we print drawings, they're never accurate. There's already changes that have made. So really, it's just an old set of paper that they're trying to speculate what it is that they're supposed to build, right?
But it's a real advantage during the bidding phase because you may have you could have up to 100 contractors or more looking at a set of drawings.
Yeah.
Well, that contractor may only want to look at one or two sheets. I mean, they might be bidding mill work or casework or something very specific. So for them just to be able to go to MySmartPlans, see the stuff that they need to see, and not have to go purchase a whole set.
Yeah. Well, and I loved the fact that everything's like linked. I thought that was so amazing that we can keep it accurate. I'm totally doing a sales pitch right now, aren't I? Okay, I will not do that anymore, but it's hard for me. Okay, other question. So I asked Greg Silkman, we were laughing about this earlier, what his favorite button was and you had something to say that was not about the dashboard. So what is your favorite dashboard button? What do you find yourself using more than anything else?
Depends on what part of the project that you're in. If it's during the project, I'm usually looking at the button where I can review the progress meetings and the schedule. At the end of the project, I'm probably looking more for shop drawings and looking up historical information to repair.
What do you ever use another button that I thought was really cool was the plan holders list. So when someone calls and says, "Hey, I didn't get it," do you ever click on that and say, "Well, you haven't even looked"? Do you ever do that? You do.
Yeah.
Tell me what happens.
What do you mean? What happened?
Well, I mean, do they say, "Oh," and they know they got busted, or do you just kind of give them grace and say?
Well, I haven't actually done that during the bidding phase.
Oh,
But
okay.
I've used it to see at the end to see, if I forget who did a particular part of the scope of the work, you can only look it up.
Okay.
And you have to think, 5-10 years down the line, I may be gone. The people that were on the project are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever it is can look at this and see all
What
the
happened.
historical data.
So we're thinking about doing this star rating thing. I'm thinking about doing this. One of the things that we've noticed is a trend of projects that are really successful. And what our criteria is we have an owner that says, "Hey, we're going to do it," which I know you support that and you have great leadership. I've seen when you say, "Hey, send us the drawing, send MySmartPlans the drawings. Let's get this not party, but let's get this project rolling." And then another thing we've noticed in a trend in great projects is we have an architect that communicates well, and then we also have a general contractor that builds, so that it's a communication tool. And so I was thinking of your leadership and what you've done that would be a 5-star, because you've really taken ownership and said, "This is what we're going to do. I don't want any excuses." Some of our owners have challenges with, this general contractor has their own. I mean, it's a leadership thing that you say, "I want a third-party management." So talk to me about that.
Well, I mean, to me, it's all about holding the people that you're paying money to, like the architect, construction manager, those the engineers, accountable.
Yeah.
So if you're paying them, they should be doing what they said they're going to do.
Do you-
I like to hold them accountable.
Do you ever see, for me, I would be, "Oh my gosh, we're friends. I don't want to be mean to them." Do you ever feel like that, or is that a man thing?
I don't have any remorse over that.
Okay, so it's just a woman thing.
Not necessarily.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I always think it takes, you have to say, "This is what we're going to do." So I think that's wonderful. Anyway, well, I want to say, do you have anything else you want to add besides that? Well, what about your project information?
Well, I mean, I could use the first big project that we did at the Metropolitan Community College was the Health Science Institute. Yeah. And I have already gone back to that several times for MySmartPlans. And just recently, I needed one set of specifications from one of the scope areas. So I called the engineer that designed it, and they already didn't have it. I no longer work at MCC, so through MySmartPlans, I was able to contact MCC and access that specification.
Yeah.
Pulled it from the specification, and now I'm using it. So
Yeah, I remember when you called us and said, "Can I have a copy of that closeout disc?" We're like, "We have to ask the guy that took your job," which he was gracious and said, "Sure." Then we went to archive, bam, here it is,
Right.
and yeah. Well, you've been a great success story for us, and I know that I kind of probably been a pain chasing you around behind your car. Hey, Darrel, wait a second. Excuse me? No. So I want to say thank you for coming in, and we look forward to a long relationship. And we also love feedback, so anytime you want to put your shirt and tie back on and come in and tell us great things or not great things, we want to know. I mean, especially if we've done something that needs to be better, that's how we've grown our business, whenever you come to us with a suggestion, that's how we build it and make it better. So we want you to know the door's always open, and we look forward to working with you, so
Sure,
thank you.
no problem. Glad to be here.
Are we done?